All right, we've had a bit of a look at these boys bowling from behind, and the main thing we were looking for from behind was that all the momentum was heading towards the stumps. So their knees, their chest, their head, all the momentum was lining up with the stumps. They were running in a straight line. So some of them we found weren't quite landing their feet in line with the stumps. Some of them were leaning over in the delivery phase, and they've been working on that. But now we're going to have a look at them from side on. A few things we're looking for here. Nice athletic run in. Good on you, Ishi. We're looking for a good tight gather with the ball kind of held up on the side of the head and the left arm in line. We're looking for a good high leading arm, lifted up straight in line with the stumps. And we're looking to brace those legs. A lot of weight comes down on that, especially that front leg. And you can see there, the leg collapsing a little bit. So we're trying to strengthen those legs and buttocks to stop those front legs collapsing. And see if we can't give these boys a few things to think about. All right, let's have a look at Louis. The gather looks pretty good. Got the left arm kind of in close to the face and the ball held beside the head, which is not a bad position. Not quite good knee drive. Left arm going up there nice and high and straight, that's good. But a little bit of a lean backwards there. The left arm is pulled in reasonably well to the side, but perhaps we could jam that in a bit tighter. Bowling arm coming through straight. Well, he's got a bit of a bendy arm, but it's bending backwards there. And the front leg's kind of collapsing a little bit, but good knee drive coming through. So two things there. The kind of a little lean backwards as we're hitting the deck, and also that collapsing front leg. So we just need to do some work on our strength, our core strength, and strengthen our legs and backside to straighten that front leg up a bit and brace it so that we can bowl from a taller position and ultimately we'll get some more pace. All right, let's have a look what Lockie's got. You've got good high knee there, that's good. The gather's probably not as tight as it might be. He's got that left arm well out in front of his body, and more importantly, he's got the ball held well above his head there and almost behind his head. Probably wants to bring that in closer, hold it near the face, and get that left arm in tighter on the gather. Nice high and straight up with the leading arm, that's good. Now here we are with the arm being pulled in, which is good, but we do have a collapsed left leg there, same as Louis. So we need to watch that. And also here we don't have much of a knee drive coming through. We kind of lose our momentum there, and our follow through is not quite as good as what it might be. So the big thing for Lock, same as Louis, your leg collapsing there, and maybe you want to tighten up your gather a little bit. Probably two things for you to work on. But looking good, bud. All right, let's have a look at Harry. Need to remember that not everyone's got a perfect technique. Doesn't mean they can't be a good bowler. Not everyone's going to bowl the same. Harry's got his own unusual technique, but we might try and see if we can straighten a few things out. First thing being holding that ball way out in front as you run in. Probably don't need to do that. It's an easy fix. Leaning backwards as you run in. You probably want to have your momentum heading towards the stumps, and leaning backwards is pulling your momentum away from the target. So that's probably something you can work on. Look at the pressure going on that leg there as you land on it with your leaning backwards, and then suddenly you have to change all that momentum. Now here, as we've leaned back on the way in, but as we're going through our bowling stride, we're leaning to the left. So again, this might not be a big change to make if you slow it down and try to stand up a bit taller and take your momentum towards the stumps. These are probably the two main things Harry can work on. Being upright, more upright, on the run in, more upright in the delivery phase. And if we can do that, we'll probably get a bit more consistency in our bowling, Harry. So good luck. I think you're bowling pretty well anyway, and if we can make those small changes, I think we'll be even better. Good on you, mate. All right, let's have a look at Safal. Fast bowling sensation from Nepal. Generates some good speed, Safal, and the boys say they find him deceptive. Hard to read him. So let's have a look. Nice tight gather there. Left arm in nice and close. Obviously the right hand is holding that ball in close to the face, so that gather looks good. That left arm could possibly be a bit higher and a bit straighter. Good pulling in of the left arm there, that's good to brace it. And the left leg there, nice and braced, well braced. And that's contributing to Safal's pace. But look at that head and chest drive. Head and chest driven through, and that flexible arm of his is coming through very late. I think that's probably where a lot of his pace is coming from. And now look at that, it's a good follow through. That right knee's driving through, and the head and the body's almost horizontal there, which is great. That's what we want to see. So Safal looked pretty good from the side, mate. Probably the things you need to work on are what we saw from behind, where you've got to run in straight and land your two legs on the line, aiming at the stumps. And I think if you do that, you're going to have some good pace. You're going to take a lot of wickets. All right, we're going to have a look at young Isaac. He's the young guy in the team, playing up 2 years with the older fellas, and he's doing really well. He's bowling up storm. He's got a lot of potential. So let's see if we can't see if we can find some things for Isaac to work on. So the first thing we notice, we don't see it in the film, but we do see Isaac come in off a really long run up, and he tries to run in very fast, but more often than not he slows down as he approaches the jump. So we suspect he might be wasting a little bit of energy doing that. Perhaps he could benefit from shortening that run up a bit, maybe even slowing it down. Take the pressure off those young legs while they're still growing. So let's pull it apart. So we see here again the ball being held well out in front of our face. Probably that gather could be better. So we've got the ball held out in front of our face, and the leading arm is not going up straight. So we never actually get into a reasonable gather there. We need to get that leading arm going up straight up in the air, up high, like Big Brother, and don't be waving that ball out in front of your face. So there we are in the delivery stride, and we still haven't put that leading arm up high. Probably should be up high at this point in time. Alright, so we see Isaac here in his delivery stride. The left elbow was pulled in nicely to the side, that's good, but the left leg we see collapsing, not surprising given the speed and length of his run up and his young legs. But we do see a good chest and head drive there, and that arm coming through, and that's probably helping him with his pace. Here we see the knee following through is not really charging through. That follow through leg should be up higher, almost at right angles. And I think he's exhausted his momentum on the run in and the jump, and then he's got nothing to give on the follow through. So maybe we slow that running down, Isaac, and possibly work on your follow through a bit more and just work on that gather a bit. Let's have a look at Ishmael. Well, look at that. We can't mess with perfection, and we don't want to give away his magic secrets. Nice work, Ishmael. All right, let's have a look at Riley. More known for his solid opening batting skills, but I think we can probably make a bowler out of him too. He looks pretty good. Not sure about holding that ball out there as far away from his face as you possibly can. You might want to pull that in down next to your face. Alright, so the leading arm there is going crossways instead of straight up. We want to take the leading arm straight up in the air, and the right hand, the ball, you got it above your head. So you might want to just fix your gather up there a bit. Nice straight leading arm there, pulled in nicely to the side. But we do see there the front leg collapsing like on most of the boys. So again, it's about strengthening up those legs. Not a bad follow through. Probably you could lift that leg a bit higher as you drive through, get a bit more momentum heading towards the stumps. So main thing, Riley, look at your run up. Make sure you're running in straight. I noticed a bit of a curve to your run. Pull that gather in a little bit tighter, and maybe try to strengthen up those legs so that you don't collapse, especially that front leg as you land. Good on you, mate. All right, the Dill man. Good solid cricketer, Dylan. Look a little bit stiff as you're running in there. Maybe you benefit from some bit more stretching, a bit more agility work, just to loosen things up. Holding that ball out in front like a couple of the other boys. Might want to get that gather in tight, bring the ball in like you're eating that apple. Got it up above your head, so you're waving that ball around as you're coming into your jump. You want to keep that in tighter. And then it goes back behind the head, and you've got your leading arm coming up sideways instead of straight up. So your gather is sort of a little bit all over the shop at the moment. You might want to just pull it in tighter and not be waving the ball around so much. Now look here at your back foot, almost pointing backwards. Not unusual to point sideways along the crease, but you've almost got it turned around back the other way. That's going to be creating a few alignment issues for you. You're going to have to be twisting your body around. So maybe you could be just thinking about landing that back foot a little better. Good brace of the front arm, but you'd like many of the other boys, that front leg collapsing a little bit. And possibly there you follow through, not really following through hard, not getting that knee up, but some of that agility work might help with that. A bit more stretching and whatnot will improve that. All right, let's have a look at Mitch. We looked at him from behind and decided he wasn't quite landing his feet in line with the stumps. Looks like he's done a little bit of improving in that area, and we also found the leading arm wasn't quite going up straight. He was waving across in front of his face. So let's have a look from side on. Gather doesn't look too bad. Maybe that left hand could be brought in a little bit tighter, closer to the face. But there we have that. We see that same problem with the chicken wing there going out. So he's waving that forearm across in front of his face rather than lifting it up in line with the stumps. So we've got the momentum of the arm going across the pitch rather than down the pitch. There we are making an effort to pull that left arm in tight to the side, which is good. But we do see, like many of the other boys, that collapsing front leg. Maybe we could have a little bit more knee drive as well. But some simple things there, Mitch, and I think we'll get some more pace and more wickets out of you. Good on you, mate.